What is up, YouTube? So today I'm going to be talking about Amazon Flex. Now, I've been doing it for about a month and a half and I like it so far. But a lot of people have been asking me, what is the process of actually picking up the packages, delivering them, and if it's actually worth the money? It really depends on yourself, how far away you live from the warehouse, how much gas you're wasting on your vehicle. All of that depends on your situation. I am going to be giving tips and requirements at the end of the video, and also some suggestions that I will be giving in order if you want to become an Amazon Flex driver. So stay tuned, let's go right into the video. Alright, so I'm headed to the location where I'm actually gonna pick up the packages from Amazon. It's literally like 5 minutes away from my house. So basically you just put that start your shift and it'll start directing you towards the location. But you do have to be there on time. My shift is at 5:15. The soonest I can get there is 5, and the latest I can get there is 5:20. You do not want to be late because they won't let you do the block. They won't even let you get the packages or anything. So mind that you don't want to be late to these things because it's over. So we already arrived. So as soon as I arrived, I try to look at the phone. It says I've arrived. So you can check in like that, and then once you check in, you check in again, and then it'll say they have to verify your license. And the location for San Angelo, if you are gonna do Amazon Flex here, it's right here. It's right next to the Costco on Davis, right behind the Costco. 1990. This is Amazon Delivery Partners. Turn left here. So it's usually a big line. Today it's really empty. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it's usually the line's all the way over here. It can take from like 10 to 15 to 20 minutes just to pick up the packages. Today is not that packed at all. There's rarely even people. I'm doing a 3-hour shift. I'm gonna verify my license right now, and I'll see you guys when we start picking up the packages. So we just got here, and this is pretty new. I didn't have this before. It says pick up a route for 3-hour block, because before people were assigned for a 3-hour and they would pick up 2-hour, 2 hour and a half, or sometimes they would pick up even more. So I guess now they're checking for that. So they told us to park here at the warehouse, and we're about to pick up the packages. So most of these boxes range, there's small, medium, large and extra large, and envelopes, and also medium envelopes and extra large envelopes. Sometimes the boxes can be really big and they won't be able to fit in your car, but you can always tell an Amazon employee there and they'll be able to help you out. So just like demonstrating in this picture, you just scan each individual item and you put it inside of your car. We got down, we put in the packages. So we get this blue paper, it says 3 hours, and you have to scan the route first, and then you start scanning the packages. As of right now, we got all the back filled, and we have the trunk semi-filled, not a lot. We got a little bit of packages. It was 26 packages in total. I usually get 32 to 36 for a 3-hour shift. And as you scan each one individually, you'll have all the packages here, and it'll say 11 or 0 out of 26. I have 26 out of 26, so I know I'm good. And then after that, I go over there. I'm gonna head down there right now. There's an Amazon employee, that orange tent. They check that they make sure that you have the 26 packages. If you have less packages, they will literally count each one in your cars to make sure that you forgot to scan one or you're actually stealing one. And I got new work today. It varies. Sometimes it can be Castro Valley, Alameda. It can be downtown Oakland. It can be, I have never gotten Berkeley, where it can be Newark, it can be Fremont, it can be not San Jose. San Jose is too far. But yeah, you're just taking a chance every day you come pick up an order, because you do not know where you're gonna go. If you do 2 shifts, you can go to Oakland in the morning, and then in the afternoon you'll probably go to Fremont. It's crazy, but it pays pretty good. This one, they actually paid me $72. They paid a little bit more extra. And those deals you usually get them like if you don't have a shift and you're just waiting for one to come up. Usually is when they want to get rid of packages really fast, so they're willing to pay a little bit more extra. but standard for 3 hours you get $60. Just got through the thing. I got cleared because I have all the packages, the 26 packages that I'm supposed to have. So from the place that we're in all the way to Newark, 28 minutes, and they actually provide a GPS within Amazon. So it'll tell you the minutes it's gonna take to get there and the miles. It's gonna take 17 miles to get there. There might be traffic, so I think that's counting traffic. Most of the time, what takes the longest is actually picking up the packages and actually driving to the place. Like 20 minutes for pickup and like 25 minutes to drive actually to Fremont or Newark, or sometimes even not Hayward. Hayward's much closer. Sometimes I get to Leandro and I get lucky. Because once you get to the location, like right now, once I get there, all the packages will be around there. The longest package I would have to drive for is maybe like a mile. But most of the packages are very close. And we can see that here. Let me check. Let me show you. So it'll tell you all the list of like everything. I don't want to put that one because that has people's information. But that's literally what it tells you. All the scan packages that you took, they're all allocated here in one little area. So once you get there, it's a faster process for you to actually drop them off because they're very close from each other, each house and stuff. And that's one of the good things, because if you compare that to Uber or you compare that to DoorDash, you can grab some food here in San Leandro and then it'll take you all the way to Hayward. And then from Hayward, you don't know if you're going to get another one, but you might get another one in Hayward, and then it'll take you all the way to San Lorenzo. And I mean, there's disadvantages and advantages, because this is paying me $72, no more, for delivering these packages, and is assuming I'm going to take 3 hours. But sometimes with Uber, if you were to do those 3 hours with doing Uber Eats or Uber or DoorDash, you might win a little bit more, you might win a little bit less. And that's the cool thing about doing the other ones, is that once you accept the block, that's all you're going to get. But when you do Uber or DoorDash, it's a lot different. It varies. Sometimes you can get even more than this, than $72. Sometimes you can get less. I was doing Amazon during the time, and so far I like it. I can make almost the same income, but that's the only thing I didn't like. I didn't get tips, and tips is usually what made me win a lot in Uber Eats. Like right now, there's a lot of traffic, and this is what sucks. This is what takes a long time. But since I'm here with my cameraman, I can probably get in carpool. But even carpool is really packed, which is another thing that sucks. But you know, you can't have the best of everything. So I'm assuming once we get there, since it's Newark, I usually finish all my packages in about 40 minutes. That's when I used to go fast. Right now, I might take 40 minutes to 50 minutes just delivering all the packages. The block is supposed to be from 5:15 to 8:15, which is 3 hours. But you finish a little bit earlier, especially in Newark, because easy to park, very close together. You don't have a lot of problems in terms of parking, because if you get downtown Oakland or you get apartments, you get a lot of apartments, that's what consumes a lot of the time. And a lot of times you can even go over the 3 hours. And if you do go over the 3 hours, you can actually get an adjustment. I've gotten an adjustment just for 7 minutes over of the 3 hours, and they pay me $10 extra because I went over the time. And it's usually with apartments, and it's usually when I deliver in Oakland. But I don't want to bore you, so we're gonna go in the right when we get there and deliver the packages. Here's our first delivery. Now, it's you find the package, it'll tell you the name, it'll tell you like if it's a large box or it's a envelope, and you have to scan the package. I'm not gonna show it because I don't want to show his name or the address. And basically that's when it's scanned. Now you have to leave it. This customer left preference, and he said to deliver it in the rear door. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I had difficulty delivering it to the rear door because it was actually locked. So I tried to contact the customer and I told them that it was locked. They told me to just leave it in the front. But they'll leave you preferences and notes that they'll probably like it on the side of the building or the rear door or the front door. Just make sure that they'll let you know. If you can't access that, try to call them. If they don't answer on the first time, you can be nice and try to call them again. I usually call twice, and then after that I just leave it somewhere where it's safe to put. If it's not safe, then you have to take it with you, because if that package gets lost, it's on you. It's gonna be on you. Amazon is gonna blame you for losing the package, for leaving it in an area where it could have been stolen. So just make sure that you're mindful about where you leave it. And my damn bun is freaking coming out. But yeah, just make sure you're mindful of where you leave it, because you can get blamed if that package was to be stolen. Especially in Oakland. Right now here in Newark, it's a little bit nice here. I'm not saying they can't get stolen here, but most of the customers that I deliver here rarely do not leave in the front door. Make sure I receive it. And mostly the deliveries from Oakland, it's usually all like that. They want you to literally let them know or deliver it to them right to their hand, because they don't really trust people will be stealing their packages, I guess, frequently. I don't know. It just depends on what area I deliver in Oakland. But yeah, for Newark and Fremont, it's typically like that. That's why it's faster, and it's better. I actually like it here because there's always parking everywhere. There's a lot of parking everywhere all the time. So we're at an apartment, and they gave me gate access so I can get inside. I'm gonna try it out so you can see how it is. See. I don't know if it worked. What the hell? Gate 58. I don't know. 5873. Let's try that one. Oh, there you go. One of them worked. So I just put in the code they gave me. It opens. Now this is a hard part. I'm actually gonna have to go inside of the building and try to look for his apartment or her apartment. I don't even know who it is. They actually also provided a key number for the door to actually access, because it's locked, it's fenced, the actual apartment inside. So that's a good thing. If they don't provide that, you're gonna have to call them, and that's where it gets very iffy and annoying. That's usually what gets very annoying, when you have to call them and you have to figure out the access key, and you have to figure out how to get inside, where to park. It just starts getting really annoying. So I'm just gonna park anywhere, and we're gonna try to look for this place. This is one of the things that people hate when it comes to apartments. But if you can't access a place, or you're having trouble doing so, first thing, you should always just call the customer twice. Call them once and then call them again. They don't answer, there's no way you can go inside. You're gonna have to put, let me show you, help. When you do help, it's gonna say unable to deliver, and then it'll say access problem. I can do it, I would show you, but I can actually do it, so I don't want to show you, I guess. But yeah, let me go look for the package. Alright, let's go. We're gonna have to go, because it's a box. I don't know what box it is. Yes. Once you found the place, so they gave me a code for this door. Let's see if it works. What the hell? What the hell? Press to find name and code.
You've reached 1 5.
Oh my god, didn't answer.
You guys going in?
Yeah. It's for, is this 345 here? Oh, thank God. So sometimes you get lucky and someone opens you the door like him. Take a picture. This is the picture right here. Can you see it? And that's it. This one is telling me that it's gonna be inside of a 7-Eleven. We're already here in the 7-Eleven, and they usually have lockers outside or inside of the store. Sometimes it could be Safeway, sometimes it could be other places, but this one's 7-Eleven, and it's one extra large box. So I'm gonna show you the process of how to do it when you're actually at a location such as this one. So yeah, let's go. So when you get here, it'll say Amazon driver, Flex driver, and then it'll ask you for a code, which my phone's gonna appear. You scan it. You're checked in already as soon as you scan it. So now I just scan the package, and the box will open. I just close it, and then I just said I'm checked in. I'm ready to check out. Yes. And I have to scan that, and I'm done with this delivery. It's that easy. This is the last package, and I'm gonna be done after this. We finished at 7:30. I'm still in I think it's Newark. I don't know. We're in Fremont. I don't know how we landed here. But we started in Newark, and then we got to Fremont. We just delivered the last package. It's 7:33. So we actually took a little bit longer than what I estimated because I was recording. And every time we would try to record, we would try to see which one worked. There were some ones that we did that didn't work, that I didn't like, the mic wasn't on, etc. So we took about 20-30 minutes doing that because typically it just lasts us an hour. And my camera guy would sometimes go to get down and deliver it, or sometimes it would be me. It just depended on the package. So yeah, that probably took the most time. But right now it's supposedly 27 minutes for the drive back home. So I'm gonna finish at 8:01. I'm gonna be home. So I got 15 minutes. I finished 15 minutes earlier because I was supposed to get off at 8:15. So it's okay. It's whatever. For mileage, I started with, I believe, 100 miles ever since I got to the Amazon warehouse. Coming over here was about 17 miles to actually drive over here. And meanwhile, I delivered all of them. I have 69 miles. So I think by the time I get back, I think I'm gonna waste like 40 miles through this whole block, and they pay me $72. Which is, I'm not sure. I think it was all right. There's blocks where I get paid $60-$70, and I only use about like 30 miles or 20 miles, which is more worth it because you use less mileage and less gas. But my car is really gas efficient. It gets 35 miles per gallon, so it's worth it for me in a sense. Because I need money right now at this moment. You can decide whether it's worth it for you or not. It also really depends on the car that you use, but we're gonna drive back home. This is one of the morning blocks that I actually was able to get from 10:45 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. and the pay was $74.50. Now that's actually the location from the Saliangio warehouse if you are planning to do Amazon Flex, to see how far away you are from the actual warehouse if you live nearby. Now, I actually finished this block earlier than 2:15. I actually finished at 1 because most of my packages that I got from this block were at a Amazon locker, and I delivered, I believe, about like 10 packages out of 36. So I only had like around 26 packages left, and the actual location where I actually delivered all the rest of the packages were in Saliangio. This is actually a whole week that I was able to get of 2 blocks for each day. Now that was my whole objective. So I was getting first come first serve on my offers page, which I just kept refreshing, and if there was 3-hour ones were $60, or even 3-hour ones with $70, or 3.5 for $70, I was still taking them because my objective was to show that you are able to actually get 2 blocks a day for the whole week. Now I was trying to get 3 blocks for a day. I wasn't able to. So if you actually were able to, comment down below and let me know how you got it. Here's just a picture of one of the days where I had 2 blocks. I had a $70 one and a $60 one. And it's approximately about like 6 hours and a half, and I was able to make $130. So welcome to the recommendations and tips I would give you if you are actually thinking about joining and becoming an Amazon Flex driver. The first tip would be make sure you're constantly checking the offers page and refreshing it 24/7 to get the best deals. The second tip would be make sure you forfeit your block 45 minutes prior to your start time. If you don't do that and you forfeit it 5, 10, 15 minutes prior your start time, you're actually going to get a email from Amazon support giving you a warning because of what you did. And also they also send you emails and warnings if you actually arrive there late and you miss your block. And so far on Reddit and other platforms and websites, I've seen that based on other people's testimonies, after the third warning, a lot of people get terminated. So don't play it off. Don't try to get to the third one or say, oh, I have one more until they terminate me. Make sure you just don't do it. Just make sure you're there on time. Don't be late, and you know ahead of time now that you're watching this video. The third tip I would give is make sure you track your mileage. That's one of the most important things, because when taxes come, the most important thing is not about how much you made. It's how much you get to keep. That's one of the biggest tax deductions you can actually have when it comes to your mileage that you're using for your car, and also gas and other things. But make sure you're just tracking your mileage. I have an iPhone, so I'm using Stride Tax. That's a free iPhone app that tracks your mileage. So if you have an iPhone, just download that one. If you have an Android, there's a lot of other ones that you can look up on Google. Literally Google it and you can see all the free apps that they have for that. They actually have more free apps for the Android than actual iPhone. Fourth tip would be, this is a personal tip or recommendation from me that I struggled through this time, is that make sure that I have a 6-foot Apple charger in my car with a car charger adapter that I'm able to charge it as I am using the navigation and as I'm scanning for and delivering packages. Now this is very important because a lot of times for me, I started the block and I didn't have enough battery and eventually it would die, and since I had a okay charger, it wouldn't charge as fast, so I would have to wait 10 to 15 minutes for it to turn on and then wait another 5 minutes to at least reach the 5%, and you don't want to deal with none of that. You want to have a good charger. Down in the description below, I'll be putting the links to the ones I actually have. They're really affordable and they work, so I definitely recommend it. I'll put the links down below if you're interested in these products. And I also recommend a hard case. Now for mine's, I didn't actually buy it in Amazon. I actually buy it from another place, but I actually really like this one because prior to this one I had a really hard case that covered the color of the actual phone. This one you can actually see through, but it actually covers really well. I already dropped it like 4 or 5 times and it's barely a little nudge here, and I love it so far. Other than that, that's my tips and recommendations. Now, what are the requirements to actually becoming an Amazon Flex driver? When it comes to the requirements, obviously you need a driver's license. Second thing you need is an auto insurance. And the third thing is obviously a car. You need a car, a 4-door mid-size sedan or larger. And they actually perform a background check on you while in this process when you sign up. The way you actually sign up is getting on before it used to be a website. Now I believe you can actually download the Amazon Flex app from the App Store. Before you had to go to a website and then from there it'll take you to an actual link for the app. Now you can actually just download it from the App Store and sign up. Most likely you're gonna have to wait, especially if you're signing up in the Bay Area. That's been so far what I've heard, because a lot of people have signed up and they told me that they're on the wait list and they're just waiting to be called or waiting for them to be approved so they can start using Amazon Flex. So you are gonna get accepted, just be patient. There's also other platforms that you can use like DoorDash, you can use Uber Eats, you can use Uber, Lyft. Depending on the vehicle, there's a lot of other requirements for those. And when it comes to the year of your car and stuff like that, depending on that. But there's options out there. The most important thing that I just can't forget this, and that's to make sure that you smash that like button, subscribe, and you comment down below if you like this video. Also, if you want to see videos like this, because I really enjoy doing these videos, and there's other videos that consist of how to make money without actually driving. So stay tuned, and I hope you like this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.